Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, LaSalle Anungu.
Yes. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sal in the building, man. I appreciate you for joining me in the building right now. Yes, indeed. Shout out to everybody who is joining me live right now in the building. Let me know you can hear me clearly. Just press 1 for me. Just let me know you can hear me clearly. Just press 1 for me. I appreciate that. Just press 1 for me if you can hear me clearly. I appreciate the feedback, family. I know I'm already late. I know I'm already late. I'm a little tired. My girl just made me nut like 2 times. So, I apologize if the energy is a little low, but, I had to stick to a schedule. I really should be here yesterday. But I got some dome yesterday and today, she just really putting in work lately. So I apologize for that. But I was like, man, I can't go to sleep tonight if I don't get the show done, because I've been trying to get back on track. So shout out to everybody who's joining me in the building right now. Jeremy B, Lillian Avery, Frank Cole, HM, Lord Yase, Quintavious Lanier, MMKX56. Who else is in here? Frank Cole. So shout out to the people. I know I'm late. I know I'm barely going to have anybody in here, but all of you guys who are joining me right now, I appreciate you. Today, the winning group on the market was consumer staples. Winning group on the market was consumer staples, holding the market up today. But for the most part, it was a relatively down day. Look, we haven't gone anywhere, man. I'm short SPY. I'm selling the 300s on the SPY right now. We're down after hours, so I know I'm going to make some money there. Today, there was nothing really on Black Box today. I know I promised to put out that video on my way to trade, the Black Box alerts. You guys are going to love that one. I really need to slap that out there, but shout out to all the people who took advantage of the offer on that. Check out the link, blackboxstocks.us. But with that being said, man, look, they got to start a war just to get the market popping up again. I mean, that's how bad things have gotten. I mean, we're seeing escalations now with Trump rhetoric in Iran. These people are so desperate, man. These people are so desperate, they're willing to do anything. We're looking for Trump tweets in the morning. If you watched CNBC this morning, there was literally a 30 to 40 second delay where the host, and it wasn't Kramer, it was the other guy, I forgot his name. They were hoping to get a Trump tweet. That's how desperate these people are this morning, man. We haven't gone anywhere in 3 days. Every morning is the same thing. We're up 2-3 points and then we sell off. Right? Because there's no excitement. There's nothing to look forward to. The run has already been made, right? Into the expected cut. Numbers were going into the number were too good, so they couldn't cut, right? They couldn't justify the cut. So it's like, well, we can't do it this time, unfortunately. That's basically what they said. But if things start going in the wrong direction, we'll help you out with the cut. All right. But at the end of the day, until then, that means the market's got to go down for them to get the cut. If the market continues to go up, they're not going to be able to make it happen. So that's why there's so much more upside right now to the downside. there's so much more upside in terms of profit to the downside of the market. All right. So the market's got to go down. They're going to get their cut. I have no doubt they're going to get it. I just think they're going to get it with the market going lower, not higher. That's where the justification is for the cut. And that's why if I'm you, right, which I am right now, and I'm going to post my position on Twitter here after the show, you either are doing what I'm doing, which is selling the 300s, all right? You either got a 300 put, right? I mean, now you'd be paying a little bit more than what I paid for it on Friday, but, still think there's money to be made in it. All right, I don't know what we're going to open up at tomorrow, but it's certainly going to be lower if the futures markets continues to hold up. All right. But that's basically where we're at right now. So I'd love to talk about your tickers. I'm already late, so I'm not going to go on and on with my monologue. But ladies and gentlemen, prepare for war. Prepare for war. Prepare for what I believe is an attempt between rogue elements within the Trump administration to create what is called Greater Israel. Google that. Greater Israel. A lot of people believe that Israel's too small to be one day a world power. So they need more land, they need more expand. So that means basically trying to do whatever they can to destroy the people around it. All right. And that's not the majority of the people of Israel who believe that, but Zionist elements and very dangerous elements, rogue elements, I call them, within the White House who are leading Trump into war with Iran, who is no country to push around. Understand that America really hasn't been in a war with a real a country that's what I could say on par. I wouldn't say on par with America because there's no real military on par with America, but a real force since North Korea, since the Korean War. We really haven't faced an opponent who is, I would say, worthy of a challenge. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. So these Iranians, they're going to put up a fight. We're going to spend trillions of dollars. We're going to, basically print more and more money that we don't have. Thousands and thousands of people will die. And it'll be a mess after it's all said and done, like Libya, like Iraq, like Syria. All right. Let's keep it going, man. Shout out to Bitcoin traders. I saw somebody bring out Bitcoin. Shout out to Bitcoin, man. BTC getting to 11,000 I saw earlier today. Still holding it, man. Shout out to BTC, man. I've never really been a believer. I still got Monero moving. I had like $23 in Bitcoin that from my old experiments. I'm up huge on that. I looked at it. I think it was like 40 something or something. It was just some ridiculous amount in there. I went GBTC and I enjoyed the ride, but I never would have expected it to keep going like this. This is a monster move on Bitcoin. GBTC just running out. This thing could probably go to 20, 25 or more. Shout out to Bitcoin, man. It's doing its thing. But at the end of the day, man, Bitcoin is about, hot potato. That's really the game of Bitcoin. It is hot potato, right? And you're buying it to hopefully sell it to somebody at a higher price. And that's the game we're playing right now. And I'm going to feel really, really sorry for the people who are going in there with the money they really need to survive, with their, retirement accounts and all of that money they really can't afford to lose when the smart money decides to dip. All right. When the guys who started this run at 5,000 decide, hey, you know what? I think we've had enough here. We're going to take our money and run. We're going to take our money and run. We're seeing now the 100,000 price targets coming back on Twitter, all over the internet. $100,000 price target on Bitcoin. Look, grab yourself some. You got $100, $125 if you really believe in it. $1,000, whatever it is, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do, man. It's hot right now. You just better be willing to, be ready, to pull that trigger when it all comes falling apart. Because at the end of the day, the use case scenario is um, skeptical at best. We gotta be honest with that. You can't pay taxes with Bitcoin. There are very few people who will accept Bitcoin to buy their property. There are very few people who would accept Bitcoin to buy their land. There are people who would, but there are some people out there right there who won't. All right, and that's just facts. Shout out to the people who are buying gold right now. I've been on top of gold for a long time. I mentioned the 5-year high, 6-year resistance level on gold. Gold has been a monster. In fact, I think gold is the safer play here for those of you guys who just really want something. Go grab yourself some of that GDX. Go grab yourself some of that GDX. Go grab yourself some of that JNUG. Go grab yourself some of these plays out here that are making money, and stop playing these shitty OTCs that I'm seeing so many of you guys continue to tweet out, over and over again, that are losing you money. There's money to be made, on taking advantage of the macro situation that's going on right now, where you have a global slowdown and rising dollar and companies looking to hedge the rising cost of their debt, right, by moving into gold. Right? And this is not only countries, but wealthy investors as well. We don't know what the hell's what's going to happen in the future. But something is telling the rich they need to be buying some of this precious metal. They need to be buying some of this capture of wealth that's been accepted for 30, 40, 50,000. Well, not a lot, 50,000. But I'll say about 25,000. Well, not even 25. I'd say 10,000 years. I'd say 10,000 years, right? I figured 10,000 years ago they were accepting gold as coin. Again, I don't know how far coinage goes back, but I figure 10,000 years ago the Egyptians were fucking with gold. So I'll give it 10,000 years that gold has been accepted as a method of payment. All right? So I would fuck with that. I'd fuck with that over Bitcoin. That's just me. All right? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Because when shit goes to hell, I need to, transfer into cash quickly. All right? And Coinbase, we don't know how strong Coinbase is. Let's just be honest. We don't know how strong Coinbase is. Coinbase is, the number one, I think, broker for Bitcoin right now in the United States. We don't know how strong their situation is if Bitcoin goes kaput. We don't know. Absolutely. My thing is gold. You can go anywhere in the world right now and somebody will accept gold as a method of payment. That's facts. You go to India, you go to Colombia, you go to Uganda, you go to anywhere in the world, you pull up, with some bricks of gold, they're going to take that shit. Now, if you pull out with a USB, whatever, the USB drive, and it's got, a text document with your Bitcoin thing in it, you might have to explain a few things. You know what I'm saying? It's just not the same. It's not the same. Somebody said, I'm not going to feel bad for whoever's going to buy Bitcoin from me. Bought at 3,200 6 months ago. Still holding it. Congrats to you, Edwin. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody who's making some money in Bitcoin right now. But don't get greedy, man. Don't get greedy. But I understand they got some people who are going to, try to sell at the top, because that's what investors do. We try to time the market when it's best to be a seller, in strength, because that's where you get the best price. You want to be selling when your people want what you're trying to sell. You don't want to be selling when nobody wants it or when everybody's trying to exit the position. But unfortunately, that's where so many guys love to sell. Let's keep it going. I exposed a ticker by the name of HUML today. I put this out at 8 a.m. this morning. $157 million Humble Energy, HUML is the ticker. This thing was being ran by a fucking trailer park, guys. It was being ran out of a damn trailer park. They can say whatever they want to say about it. It's a piece of shit. The stock had a $150 million plus market cap. Company had about $1,400 in cash. My biggest regret was the fact that there were no shares to short, or I wouldn't have released it in the morning as I did. If there were shares to short, I probably would have waited in the afternoon, bought some stock, and then sold some stock rather, and then posted it. But it wasn't nothing out there. Not much was traded today, but hey, it is what it is. It's a piece of shit. So I don't, you had a couple guys come on my page today and N-word this and all that stuff. But, the truth is the truth. Look at the financials. I don't care about the deal with, a bunch of fake deals that people are pushing and promoting out there. It's a load of bullshit. And by the way, not the CEO. The CEO is like 85 years old, but there is a CFO who has the exact name of another company in Pittsburgh that's worth like $560 million. Now, I can understand there could be a coincidence between the real name of this $560 million and this person, but they're definitely not the same person. They're definitely not the same person. And I honestly don't believe that this company has a CFO. I believe they just simply found that guy, copied his name, and they're using it, and there's no real CFO. There's no real CFO here at all at Humble Energy, and I'm willing to put some money on it. It's a bunch of bullshit. All right, let's keep it going. All right, let me take a look at what you guys are talking about right now. IMUX. All right, biotech play. I saw it run. Nice play here, up 90%. All right, up 90%. Shout out to the guys who made bank here. Let's take a look here at the 5-minute. Let me know why it was running. All right, it looks like definitely clearly a biotech play. Clinical stage company. All right. Very enjoyable morning for the stock. It looks like it wasn't really doing anything until mid-afternoon, 1:30. You got the alert, and boy, did it just take off here. Average volume is 30,000 shares traded today. 1.5 million shares traded today. So nice move in IMUX. Clearly a stock that's relatively low float. But you can see somebody knew something was coming out as they really loaded in here early. And then as the ripples go out into the marketplace and, things come on people's alert, then they jump in. Because FOMO is real, man. FOMO is real. FOMO is real. All right, let's keep it going. BFCH. OTC stock, Bid Frontier. Yeah, that reminds me. I got a great article on my website, again, advancedequityresearch.com. Top Bitcoin stocks on the market right now. I got basically the whole list of Bitcoin stocks right now on their website. So check that article out, and Bid Frontier is definitely one of them. But again, the man among boys is definitely GBTC. Definitely more expensive than all the other ones, but it's the one that's consistently going to move with the price of Bitcoin because it gives you exposure to, I don't want to call it even that commodity. It gives you, exposure to that space. All right. You going IMUX tomorrow? All right. Good luck with IMUX. Just took a look at that. Shout out to Desert Edge. All right. CNCE. All right. $11 stock up 4% today on positive news for schizophrenia. Oh, okay. This came out almost a week ago, over a week ago here. Schizophrenia phase 1 drug. Stock put on sold off today, man. You had hit the highs 12s before selling off at 12:05. So you left some people up there for the most part. Not the prettiest candlestick in the world here, man. You'd love to see a little bit more volume into this too. But hey, if you're playing the long run, good luck to you. All right, good luck to you. Oh, you guys are still playing that MLNT? I talked about that on the last show. Man, boy, that was a really ugly next day for that stock. We talked about MLNT the next day. Left a lot of people up there, and it was a very ugly looking chart. I didn't think the stock would continue to stay at these levels. And the longer you really stay at these, bouncing between 7 and 5 like that, you're asking for possibly a big drop lower. Nice move here today at noon with that increased rise. Let's see if you guys hold on to it, man. Let's see if you guys hold on to it. Maybe the sellers are in fact gone. All right, maybe the sellers are in fact gone. Time will tell. MLNT, at least the 5-minute chart looks really pretty right now for you. Here's the hourly. All right, nice pretty chart there. Hitting that 70 RSI level. Strong into the close, up 17%. Yeah, looking strong. Let's see if you can test those highs back up here in 7. All right, got to hold the morning, of course, like any stock that's up significantly. You know, in the short term, it's all about holding, you know, the morning, finding that low early, and being able to maintain that for a possible run. As you can see here, MLNT did that today, holding that morning, and then you know, finding a way to move higher here. All right, nice play. Cristiano, I'm going to stop trading. You should stop trading penny stock. Look, I'm going to continue to talk about it because guys bring about it, but stop trading that shit, man. Stop trading that shit. We'll talk about it if somebody pays me money. You know, I'm never going to say no to a check, especially if the play makes sense. I'm going to bring it to your attention, but I'm not going to take garbage tickers. I'm always going to bring it a potential, you know, 100, 200, 300% runner. But in terms of day trading, man, get out of that shit, man. Get out of that shit. There's a lot of money to be made on these bigger stocks. Now, one thing you're going to find out is that the manipulation in pennies is almost 100 times worse when you're talking about these higher market cap stocks. But when you're talking about the potential to make a weekly or daily, you know, return on investment, the possibilities are significantly better with these larger cap stocks. CETX, man, old ticker that I used to play back in the day. CETX coming out, you know, again, not a pretty chart, man. I thought this would be a lot better than how it turned out. But the CETX kind of trying to pick itself off the floor here. Let's look at that weekly. Boy, it's got to know it's going to be really ugly. And, yeah, real ugly. Again, inability to get above the 60 RSI. That's always a note you can just glance. You can just even remove the stock chart. And just looking at RSI period, that inability to cross that 60 is always a great sign that this stock is incredibly bearish and possibly headed lower. All right. BTC is worth 0 in your honest opinion? Yeah, I would agree with you there. I agree with you. And the underlying technology is worth a lot of money, but Bitcoin in itself, has really the coin, you know, in itself has no value. Because the value is what other people think it is. Unlike the dollar or unlike gold, where there's a use case scenario when we talk about gold, or whereas in the dollar, it's, you know, the strongest military that the world has ever seen backs it. All right. Yeah, I do remember MGTI. Very much. Do remember MGTI. I don't know what that guy's doing. He's still traveling the world. They must have gave him a really, really nice stock option parachute or something, man, because this guy's been, you know, out of tech for almost 20 years now, and he's still living like a baller with his prostitute black wife or black girlfriend or whatever she is. So shout out to him doing his thing. No, I never promoted MGTI, ever. Never, ever promoted MGTI. When MGTI first showed up, at the time I was still living in Durham, North Carolina, where they're based. And I went to the office, and they wouldn't let me back by the machines, but knowing that they're processing and using data, using energy being charged by Duke Energy, I know that's not cheap. In fact, they're one of the most expensive energy companies in America. And plus the balance sheet was just set for failure anyway because they were just selling so much paper. Somebody saying defense stocks. Obviously, yes. I mean, look, the call for war is high right now. The call for war is high right now. Of course, I pray that it doesn't get listened to, but at the end of the day, these people got to make money. These people got to make money. And, the tankers blew up on the 12th or the 13th, was it? I think it was the 12th or the 13th. Again, billions of dollars have been made since the CIA, along with individuals and private enterprise, got together and decided to blow up those tankers off the coast of Iran and blame it on the Iranian people and their government. And sure enough, billions of dollars have been made since that time. Oil right now selling off. So definitely look forward to something possibly happening, because again, in order to keep a pump going, you got to continue to be active with news. You got to continue to put out information that gets traders emotionally, agitated to either stay long or buy more. All right. So look forward to an agitation in this situation with Iran very, very shortly, because that's what's keeping oil going right now. That's the only thing that's got oil moving. If you want to be honest, that's the only thing that's moving oil right now. Period. There's nothing else, because it's definitely not global production. It's definitely not the airliners buying more contracts for the future because flights are up, business, in Asia is up. No, nothing like that. Or in Europe is up. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We've already talked about in shows prior that, again, Europe and the United States are facing a massive, massive wave of nearly 300 million people between between Europe and the United States that are going to be retiring within the next 20 years. Nearly 300 million people who are going to be, for the first time in a long time, taking money out of the system instead of putting money into the system. What does that say to the markets? What does that say? Let's keep it going. PIRS was brought into the chat room. What's going on, William Sledge? Pierce Pharmaceutical, don't know much about it. $220 million market cap, 3% today. Nice little trend here. Lowering those lower highs, finding those higher RSI levels, finding support at those, holding that 60 RSI. Nice move here. Coming out of that lows. Again, you can see here, it struggled for a long time, inability to kind of break those RSI levels that are going to get you those higher prices. You finally peaked your head above, that 70. That's always a good sign when a stock can crack 70 and then make it back above there after a short delay or a short return down to the downside. All right. So you got buyers here. Nice move. Somebody said Tether is the real Bitcoin. I learned a lot about it. It's been a while though. I like their little smart contracts thing. If I'm thinking the right crypto. John McAfee. I don't think that's spelled like that, but you're right. N Amex. What do I think will happen when no more Bitcoins are produced? What does that mean? What does that mean? Look, Bitcoin can be changed. They can decide to add more coins. You know that, right? It's not a thing where it can't be changed. Now, the white paper says no more can be changed, but if they can create forks, which the white paper doesn't say is allowed, then they can expand the number of coins. Nothing's written in stone when it comes to these people, man. Look, nothing's written in stone. Don't believe that for a second, that only 24 million be created. That's what everybody agrees on now. But the excuse will be created one day to say, oh, you know what? I think we need a little bit more. Just as the same excuse is being made that, you know what? Right now it's too slow. We need to expand whatever the bandwidth or whatever the crap they come up with, that excuse. And they get together, they accept it, and then they make the change. I don't believe that for a second. That's what they're going to sell you on it. Again, the technology of cryptocurrency makes sense. We're seeing Bitcoin or cryptocurrency being used now by Facebook because Facebook has had quite a bit of difficulty trying to implement its kind of market within the system of Facebook, right? Because using cash or U.S. dollar, they got to go through so many regulatory hurdles to make it happen. Whereas with cryptocurrency, which is unregulated, you could just simply create the platform, all right? Create your own crypto, and as long as people are willing to accept it and the value of that, then it is what it is. The very fact that a company can create its own cryptocurrency and then people just be like, yeah, we'll take it, that nullifies the complete value, all the value of Bitcoin. That's it. That means it has no value. If it's that easy to just, be like, we're just going to create one here. All right. Next show, I'm going to pull up some defense stocks. We'll see what happens, of course, over the next 48 to 72 hours. But yeah, it's a great idea to talk about defense stocks. I'm going to bring up some on Wednesday's show. We'll see where they are and, what kind of, prices we're getting for them right now. What kind of prices we're getting for them right now. All right. I'm not a fan of decentralized currency. No, it's not that I'm not a fan. It's just the system doesn't make sense, The system doesn't make sense in terms of the current valuations that are, being shared among traders out here right now. That's all. I love the idea of decentralized currency. But a decentralized currency technically has no value because it's not centralized. So how can it be decentralized and then be worth $11,000? You got to explain that to me. U.S. dollars backed by U.S. military, absolutely. But again, the U.S. dollar has lost 99% of its value since 1914. So the dollar is losing value. That's why, going to the grocery store, used to be able to fill a basket, for $4 or $5. Now, costs you about $145 to fill a basket at the supermarket. All right. And that all has to do with the fact that we got off the gold standard and all that. That's a whole lecture in itself. All right. But yes, that military power speaks volumes. All right. But look, ladies and gentlemen, we're headed for a Zimbabwe situation. You're going to see the wheelbarrows going up and down Main Street with people with U.S. dollars. Because that's how we're spending money. Many of you know that already. That's how we're spending money. So we will get to that level. They're saying there's no inflation out there. In fact, I believe the inflation is hidden. I believe there's massive amount of inflation out there right now. When you go to, these small podunk towns in the middle of God knows nowhere, USA, and you're seeing, apartments in cities that basically have no good paying jobs going for $800,000, $900,000. That's inflation. When you're seeing homes that are 30, 35 miles from central cities and going for $500,000 or more, that again are not even anywhere near population centers. That's I think inflation as well. So there's a massive readjustment of value coming. There's a massive readjustment of value. There's inflation that's just not, in my opinion, being calculated out there. And because the way they calculate it too is funny. They're still doing the goddamn supermarket basket experiment where they basically go out in the 12 parts of the country, and they basically look on the shopping, on the shelf and say, oh, okay, this was $1.83 last month, it's $1.86 this month. That's not the way to do it, but that's how it gets done. He said Cali, New York is expensive. By the way, New York real estate prices, biggest drop in New York real estate prices this month than in a long time. Look that up. Biggest real estate drops in both of those two things in a very long time. What's going on, EBANR? Say U.S. government is backed by bullets. Absolutely. You saw that article a couple days ago where, the FBI and the U.S. Marshals, they went to a middle school because a kid, 11 years old, he was giving his friends Monopoly money. They called the Marshals on him, man. Look that up. That's how desperate these people are to, make sure you're not using anything else. They called the Marshals on an 11-year-old kid for playing with Monopoly money. Which strategy do I use in options? I still use my 25-10. Intraday trading, I'm black box. I don't guess anymore with intraday. I'm done with the whole it's a high RSI, so I should short it. If it's not coming from the algo, I'm not trading it intraday. All right, but everything else, then I'm using a 25 moving average strategy. If it's below it, I'm shorting it. If it's above it, then I let it ride until it's short because I hate going long. I don't believe anything is worth what it should be trading for right now. Particularly one ticker I want to talk about today, which is Walmart. Walmart is up $7 billion in market cap since June 4th. And can somebody please tell me what has Walmart done since June 4th to be worth $7 billion more? Have they created a private label, anything? Somebody tell me. You want to talk about a company that has exposure to China. I don't know any other company that is as exposed to China as much as Walmart. But yet this stock, for some reason, hey, look, $50 billion tariffs, no problem. Up. $100 billion, no problem. Up. $150 billion in tariffs on all goods from China, no problem. We're going higher. Even though the consumer in the United States is maxed out. 9 million car loans right now, 90 days in the hole. 90 days behind. I think it was 7 million. Do your research on that. Somebody say it's just Walmart. Walmart about to get paid for their FEMA camp. That's hilarious. That is funny you say that because Walmart is the provider of some of those blankets that's happening in those not FEMA camps where they're taking all the Mexican people. Walmart's providing those little toothbrushes and toothpastes and all that stuff. Yeah, that's some crazy ass shit. So I'm done in trading intraday. No, not at all, sir. I'm trading whatever, again, I'm getting from the algorithm. If I get a great alert from the algorithm, then I'm trading that. But I'm not looking at charts anymore intraday and saying, okay, I'm going to go and take this position. No. I'm letting the machine do the picks. And the only thing I'm doing is simply sticking to my daily and weekly positions in terms of a 25 and 10 moving average strategy. Yeah, gold is popping right now. Gold is the one thing you should probably be long right now. The one thing you should be long right now. No, I don't trade Forex. You don't have all the information to trade Forex. There's no, I've looked into Forex. I've done research. I've read hours and hours in it because the idea of having that much leverage really, really excites me. But there's no strategy in Forex that's it's consistently profitable. It's just, you can't find it unless you trade, let's say, a monthly chart. If you trade a monthly chart, you trade a week, but an intraday trading strategy on Forex is virtually impossible to be consistently profitable. The only way to win in Forex is to trade either a weekly or a monthly chart. And that, for many people, requires the patience of the gods. But that's the way to be profitable trading Forex. Said Forex doesn't track volume. Well, because the expectation that is billions of dollars, trillions of dollars being traded. Yeah, black box option flow is damn good. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I say I look at the chart, but then I'll look at black box to get an idea of where I should go. And if I see it's a big money order, and the larger the position, more than likely, the more accurate it tends to be. So you just swing trading Forex weekly, monthly needs a lot of capital. Well, not necessarily anti-gravity. I mean, you're just going to have to be a little bit patient if you don't have a lot of capital. You're just going to be paid again. It's just going to be required a lot of patience. But Forex, man, again, intraday trading Forex is for losers. All those guys are complete liars. The Forex lifestyle and all that other bullshit that was very, very hot like 2 years ago. All that shit is bullshit. A lot of people lost money into that. For a while there, particularly over the last 3 years. Now the big thing is they're having a bunch of black people out here promoting like, yeah, you can get independently wealthy with Forex. Just pay me a monthly fee of $149 to use our platform, where you got Owawanda and Ninja Trader basically allowing you to trade for free. But that's the new hustle right now, where you got a whole bunch of black people on the weekends, where you have this guy who'll dress up in a suit and tie. Oh shit, my bad. Who and meet people in a hotel room, and they're selling it the same way they used to sell, these multi-level marketing things. You can get rich, just sign up. You'll be on my downline. You can get other people, but it's Forex. People who haven't traded a single share of stock in their life, and now they're going to be wealthy in Forex. I mean, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing up work. Slack. Some of you guys said Slack was going to be a winner, man. I remember a couple of days ago, some of you guys said Slack was going to be a winner. I didn't know anything about the company, but again, here's another situation where they don't really give you the opportunity to play out the gate, man, because I don't think there are any options out on work right now. I know the first day there wasn't. I haven't checked since. What's going on, George M? He says suit and tie right in front of us. Hey, I'm just trying to spice it up here a little bit. It was a winner day one. Yeah, most of these IPOs have been winners day one. That's been the strategy. The day one winner on the IPO. And you know why they're going public is because they're running out of capital in the private markets. And that's why they're going public. The wealthy want to buy out, and they're going to give it to suckers like you. Look at what's going on Beyond Meat. The wealthy want out, and you'll be the sucker. And on the last show, if you remember, I asked people, where will Beyond Meat be next month? Will it be over $165? Some of you guys said yes. Some of you guys said yes, and look where we are now. patience pays, man. Patience pays. And Beyond Meat, down now over $60 a share from just 4 days ago. $60 a share from 4 days ago. Hell yeah, I'm short Beyond Meat. Are you kidding me? Come on, man, this bullshit. You think I wasn't going to buy some shorts on that? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. It's expensive as fuck because the IV is ridiculous. But, I got a couple. But again, the real money is the SPY calls that nobody wants to touch right now. SPY puts that nobody wants to touch right now because nobody thinks they're going there. All right. Buying physical silver by the kilo. Shout out to you. That's a major move right there, man. A lot of people are sleeping on physical silver. Physical gold and silver is the shit too. But a lot of people are sleeping on the SLV. That's a poor man's way to play commodities. And these calls are dirt cheap, man. I got some $30 silver calls for like 2021. I'm way out there when it comes to silver, man. I'm way out there. Because I'm looking for that big gap that's going to happen one day where it's just like we wake up in the morning and gold is at like 17, 18, 19. Shit's adjusted. Everybody who's up is down 30, 40, 50%. Say be patient with IPOs. That's your number one rule. Well, yeah, be patient with IPOs of companies that are generating actual revenue. Sure, be patient with them. Be very patient with them. But, don't be patient with companies like Fiverr. Don't be patient with companies like Beyond Meat that, again, they could be crushed by their competitors with one decision. Don't be patient with companies like, what's that fucking website? Pinterest. It's all, these are bullshit. These are bullshit tickers, man. See, Uber, Uber, Lyft, man. Gosh, it's hard to go against that Uber and Lyft, and here's why. Because, man, Uber is a company that's literally putting people in these third world countries into the middle class, bro. You go to places like India, you go to places like Rwanda, you've got, and I'm reading these stories about these little taxi gangs that happen in these third world countries, where you had these established taxi gangs that would control certain areas, and they would pay, so if you wanted to be in, you had to pay the gang a bribe to work your van in that area, where Uber came into the market and crushed them. Just crushed them. So now I don't have to pay a little. I'm just paying to this company. I'm using a private vehicle. Nobody knows who's an Uber or who's not. Everybody's jumped onto it. And it's guys who were making basically pennies are now being able to feed their families on Uber. Ubering tourists around their cities and shit like that. So, the numbers don't play out in America, right? It's, it just doesn't play out. But when you're talking about third world countries, it works. It just really, really works. Americans are just very expensive. It's very expensive to live in this country. It's very expensive to pay American workers. They expect a lot more than someone from a third world country. It's just different. 50 RSI is Uber a buy. Man, as long as it's holding up some of those moving averages and continues to do what it's doing. The only where they're if you read the reports, the growth outside of America is insane. It's America that's holding them back. Again, having to to offer free rides and bonuses to drivers. In third world countries, they don't offer bonuses. Uber doesn't offer any bonuses if you're a driver in Rwanda, because you're able to make 4 or 5 times what you used to make in a month, driving Uber. So fuck a bonus. This guy's, I'm giving you an opportunity to make money that can't be controlled by a warlord or a local gang member. So you're a blessing to me. Africa, Asia, South America, absolutely, all those places. It's got so bad because they got banned in London for a while. Shout out to you guys who were living out in Europe. They got banned in London. Because this government, in association with the taxi cabs. Oh, they're killing our livelihood. Uber's killing our livelihood. With their little black cabs. That's technology. That's capitalism. All right. I said Uber itself doesn't make any money because of America, bro. America, it doesn't make any money because of what it's doing here. That's why it doesn't make any money. Let's go ahead. I know this dude started here, Uber in Colombia. Now he's got 4 cars working for him. Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm telling you, outside of America, Uber is the shit. It's bringing people into the middle class, guys who have no fucking skills, who didn't go to school, no education, but they got a ride, bro. It's putting food on the table for them. And again, in those countries, they don't get no free rides. There's no promo codes and all that kind of shit that Americans are spoiled with. It's just straight profit, man. Every ride, just getting a penny off it. Whatever it is. I don't know if it's definitely not a penny, but just getting, What's going on, fuck Q? Is it possible to trade exclusively based on black box? Absolutely. Intraday trading, that's what I'm doing now. Even my long trades, my trade to sell the 300 SPY, you can pull it up right now in the historical section because it offers historical trades going back to, it typically is a year. And it'll pull up all the algorithm alerts going back to a year. And you can find that sell $300 SPY order that I copied. And SPY technically is actually above my moving average right now. But that trade was just so, there it goes. It's above my moving average right now. All right, both the 10 and the 25. But just something about it was like I think it was like a $1.5 million, dollar order, which again isn't overly large because you'll pull up orders that are 5, 6, 7 million, 10 million. All right, but I just love the boldness of the trade because it dropped, on June 20th, and I just love the boldness of the trade that Thursday, and I loved it. All right. Still watching some of these other stocks, though. Home Depot was I saw that today. That was a nice move down on Home Depot. Home Depot, let me see, Lowe's. Let me see here. I think it's just Lowe, excuse me. Lowe. I saw Lowe today as well, too. Lowe's going to be a really interesting one because Lowe, I played the original Lowe up here, that break. I got fucked over here back in March, but I caught it real nice back here in May, at the beginning of May. So that was a nice run and low. So I'm looking for low now, getting back under that 25 moving average. So I'll definitely be looking forward to catching the falling life on no with this rejection again of that 60 moving average. This could be very new here where we see a downtrend starting to begin now in low. So this is a stock that was doing very, very nicely for a long time. Went red, but now kind of having some trouble. Here's the initial rejection. Here's the initial rejection. Another rejection of that 60 here. Another rejection of that 60 here. So this is a possible entry. It's a possible entry here, but I'd like to get the confirmation again below that 25 moving average. All right, because the break of the 25 is very, very lucrative and low. Yeah, there's some fakes. There's some fakes. There's some fake outs, but very, very lucrative when you get the break. Very, very lucrative when you get the break. All right, and put some time on the option. Let me see here. What else? NDYN OTC Bitcoin play looking for good. Okay. Or take a look at this. All right, who's calling from an unknown number? Unknown caller, you on the line. What's up?
Sal. Sal.
Hey, what's going on? Who am I talking to?
Hey, Lee. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Sound like you're in a fishbowl, bro. What's going on? Are you on speakerphone or what?
Just a minute.
Okay, that's much better. How you doing?
Yeah. Okay. Sal, I'd like to ask you. Did you find that penny stocks? Have you changed from penny stocks to options?
You said, have I changed from penny stocks to options?
Yes.
Absolutely. I've been, for the most part, options now almost a year, bro. I don't know. Maybe you just started watching, but I've been talking predominantly about options. But if you got a ticker, that's OTC related, I don't mind pulling it up. What I'm just not going to do is to sell it to the audience as if it's a potential long-term opportunity for them to make money, because what we've already done is missed out on, possibly some of the most lucrative opportunities over the last 4 years in terms of some of these larger market cap stocks. So now the opportunity in many of these is either, in my opinion, to the downside, or who knows, possibly even higher. So I don't want to miss out on that money. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, now, I have kind of listened to you on and off, I know about a year, and I've been catching some of the broadcasts where you had turned over the options. And I know you got a very good teaching on it also that I pick up on the internet. And I was just wondering, because I'm sort of like leaning that way myself, and I was just sort of wondering, kind of getting your opinion on that. Did you find that penny stocks are maybe it was just more advantageous going to instead of penny stocks? It was more advantageous going to options in order to get more out of the better priced companies.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the last couple of years in penny stocks, and I'm sure you've seen it yourself, have been horrible. I mean, the returns have been, for the most part, dismal in terms of the group in itself when we talk about OTC markets in general. Of course, we've had our winners here and there. I mean, you'll see a stock move, but when we talk about consistent returns as a class, it just hasn't been happening. And when you compare it to the SPY, or you compare it to McDonald's or Visa or MasterCard, or where you could have placed the same amount of money and at the same time generated a very nice return over the course of 30, 60, 120 days or more,
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what I was sort of like thinking myself, that it was penny stocks are almost, for the last several months, seemed like it was pretty dead.
Yeah.
And I was sort of wondering about getting into options myself. Mm-hmm. And I respect your opinion, so I just wanted to know that you see that there was more advantageous now over penny stocks.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and I've matured myself as a trader too. So, at the beginning, that's kind of where I'm glad I started there. And for many people who first get into the game, I think that's the best place to start, just because you really get to jump in head first and learn a lot about who you are and the expectations of the game very, very quickly. Trading those levels, those kind of issues. But I think you get to a point where you're looking for something a little bit more stable. You're looking for something that's not going to get your heart beating a million times a day, and it's just better. It's just better to trade names that people recognize and you can easily find information on, and absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, okay then. I just wanted to chat with you on that, and I'll get back with you soon.
All right. I appreciate the call. Thanks a lot.
Have a good night, man.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you for watching. All right. So shout out to him. Appreciate the call, sir. Appreciate the call, sir. I hope Iran shot down another unmanned drone tomorrow. Well, look, Trump said that he canceled, some bombs that were headed for Iran. All right, that they were going to, do some missile drops on Iran, and he canceled it. And look, at the end of the day, I'm starting to think that, maybe America doesn't really want that work, man. Maybe this is all talk. Look, I don't know if they want war or not. I think they want war because there's a lot more money to be made in the war, because they're not going to send their kids. But what they will do is buy that Raytheon stock, buy that Boeing stock. And we'll send a bunch of poor kids from God knows where America to go and free those people who don't even really want to be freed, and will turn around and, replace their dictator with another dictator, just like they're doing in Libya right now. The guy who they're pushing in Libya right now is a general who used to be a general under Gaddafi. So we went there, put a whole bunch of money in Libya, and some special forces guys who ended up getting killed there. A lot of people don't know about that. And now they're putting a guy back in charge there who's basically going to be a dictator. All right. But again, the name of the game is profit. I don't know what's going to happen, but either way, they're going to find a way to turn it into a game of profit for them. So we're just going to trade accordingly. We'll just trade accordingly. All right. How do I learn fundamentals? Man, that's an interesting question. I mean, there's a ton of free books out there. You're just going to want to read them. I got a great website, The Trader's Library, that I put up a whole bunch of books for sale for like $3, $4, $5. And most of my sales come from fucking Asia. Most of my sales come from Asia, man, because somebody said, Sal, Americans don't like to read. I was like, God damn, I love to read. But because and I've said this many times, the real information is in the books. When you got these traders who've been on the market for 25, 30, 35 years, and they sit down and write a book, there's way more information that's put in the book than a YouTube video. Way more information. So if I'm you and you want to learn about fundamentals of stock, go to Amazon.com or go to my website and go look, into a book that's well reviewed about fundamentals. Don't go buy Tim Sykes' DVD. Don't go look at a YouTube video, which could be a great start, but it shouldn't be, what you rely on. If you watch my videos from 2014 today, it's like night and day. It's because I've been reading, not necessarily just experience, which I've gained, no doubt, trading, but because I've realized that there was a lot of education that I was missing out on that I gained by reading. So stocks don't move on fundamentals. Stocks move on the perception of fundamentals. Isn't that really kind of the same thing, though? I mean, if you move on the perception of fundamentals, then you move on fundamentals. Tim Sykes, what is that fool doing now? I don't know what Tim Sykes is doing. Shout out to Tim. I appreciate, again, he brought most of us into this shit. But I got the guy even blocked on YouTube. I don't want to watch none of that foolishness. I'm so serious about this shit. I don't want to see, none of that stuff. The Trader's Library. Is Tim Sykes a scam? No, just a great marketer. He's not a scam. Just a great marketer. I just got Black Box Stocks, trying to figure out how to use this alert. Yeah, the idea is that you get the alert, whether it be an individual stock you're following or the alert stream, and then you pull up the chart, and if you like what you see, you follow that exact position, and it can be quite lucrative. My thoughts on cryptos, man. I just went in. I did a whole spiel on cryptos earlier in the show. I don't want to bore people's ears. All right, but to sum it up is bullshit. To sum it up is bullshit. It's all about, buying it and hopefully selling it at a higher price to the next guy. The technology is where the value is, but the technology in itself has no value because the technology, it's about eliminating value when you think about, or eliminating cost. All right, eliminating cost. They went from 79 to 99. It went from 79 to 99. And a year from now, I have no doubt they'll probably be at 129. Look, again, inflation is real in our economy, man. Inflation is real in our economy. And, things are only going to get more expensive. All right? Things are only going to get them. There's nothing in the world today that's going to, get cheaper in terms of a service being provided. It's been relatively unique that the cost of trading has gone down, right? That's been relatively, you can go on YouTube and see E-Trade commercials where they were like $19.99 per trade. Only $19.99. Can you imagine a $19.99 per trade? Trading today like some of us trading here for $19.99 in and out? What's going on, Patrick Lindsay? Perceived fundamentals. Tim don't charge anymore. He teaches. Bro, I've been following Tim Sykes on and off since 2011. I still don't know what the hell his strategy is. If you tell me what is his strategy, I can't tell you. I know short, obviously his ideology, I do know, but what his strategy is, I don't know. What is it, like 7? Yes, it's 99. It's 99 a month. Juventus, yes, I do now. Absolutely, I do now. But it took me almost 4 years to get here. While I've been doing this show, I've had a lot of especially at the beginning, I had a lot of bullshit jobs. When I first started the show, I had a horrible ass job at the cable company, and you guys remember I would call off work to do the show and shit like that. I was a horrible employee, man. Not calling off all the fucking time. But you can do that when you have value in the marketplace. You can not give a fuck about your job if you have value in the marketplace. If I didn't have any skills or if I didn't have any education or shit like that, hell yeah, I'd be doing the 9-to-5 shit. But I know I have value in the marketplace, so I can fuck away my late 20s and my early 30s trying to get rich. Trying to get rich. I can go back to work. I can go back to work at 40. No, nothing's gonna change. Shit, nothing's gonna change. I'm not missing nothing. I'm not missing a goddamn thing at no court. There's nothing. I've seen. Oh, Saul, you're quitting your job. You gonna quit your job? Hey, the same fucking jobs, still working check to check. Still can't get a day off. Come on, man. I ain't missing nothing. Y'all stop playing with me. I ain't missing nothing at those jobs. You know, because it got to a point where after a while, I was just working just to fuck chicks at the job. You know, you see a chick with a nice ass, you know, and at these jobs now, you know, especially working at these office jobs, they have like little messenger applications where you can like message other people at the company. So I'd find out what somebody's name was and I'd hit them up in the messenger. And next thing you know, she was at my place sucking my dick, bro. That's all. It got to a point where that's all I was doing, bro. That's all I was doing. I didn't give a fuck about the job, man. It said Tim doesn't trade. Did you finally make your dad happy with the degree? Yeah, well, that's the thing about having African parents is they're all about crazy about degree. So the MBA for the most part is done, and I'm going to start on this fucking PhD program. Just because I know most of the society in general won't respect me if I don't get it, even though I know a lot about this shit. If I really want to take it to the next level, I gotta be overqualified to talk about this shit. Let's just be honest. I gotta be overqualified. What's his name? Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff has a bachelor's from 1976. He doesn't have anything else, but he's on TV, he's on all this. Obviously, he's got a wealthy father who was very well known, so that helps. He's got his own company and shit. But to me be able to get on that level 30, 40 years from now when I can have gray hair, God willing, I got to be overqualified for this shit. Let's go. Say, what's my goal? My goal is 1 million liquid. My goal is minimum 1 million liquid because a lot of people don't realize, what just 1 million liquid can do in terms of anywhere else in the world. America, sure, 1 million liquid is still a lot of fucking money in America. Won't get you so far in terms of that's all you got. But 1 million liquid and then income coming in, that's a beautiful life in this country or in any other country. That's a incredible life outside of the United States. Incredible life. All right. You said you work and trade part-time. Yes, what's up, man? Oh, why do you want your PhD? What's your plan with that? It's just a personal goal. That's all. Just a personal goal. Just a personal goal. And again, if shit fucks up, if one day I get stupid and I take a huge bet, I need to go back into the workforce, man. If I fuck up, if I just do something horrible, you know what I mean? I need to be able to go back into the workforce. I need to make sure that I have a skill to get back out there. So, being that I haven't, been in the workforce now 2.5 years, I need to be able to show what have I been doing since then. So, all these fucking shows, all these damn articles, and then have a couple of degrees. Oh, okay, all right, he's been doing something. You see what I'm saying? It's a method to the madness, man. Because motherfuckers, man, if you're like, unfortunately, sir, I can't consider you for this position because, there just hasn't been, in our opinion, any real growth in terms of your knowledge and your skill set since you've left the marketplace. Man, I could already hear, the excuses if I just weren't doing shit. I could already hear the excuses. Corporate America, they love to try to put it to you all nice and sweet. That's why I never let anybody fire me, bro. Never. I've never been fired, bro. Ever. Every time I knew when I was that I was going to get fired, I quit. I never let anybody fire me. Never. I'm never giving anybody the pleasure. Never give anybody the pleasure. I've been fired. Well, I wouldn't say never. I've been fired one time. I've been fired one time. Yeah. Everything going up with them damn paychecks. Yeah, man. Yeah, these companies ain't trying to pay you no money, man. They're not trying to pay you no money. Now, if you can break into the executive level, if you can get yourself into executive level and power your way into that, man, it's a lot of money to be made up there. But if you're a paper pusher, end up just getting stuck at middle management, or, you want to work till you're 60, 65. And granted, shout out to the people who are doing that, because at that level you've earned it, right? You've earned it. But man, I'm trying to put this cheat code in. I'm trying to put this cheat code in and see if I can get it 20 years earlier. If I could get it 20 years earlier. Because sometimes when there's nothing to do on the weekends, if I'm not reading or something, there's a retirement community over here. I'm not going to name the name, but I go over there and help out or whatever, because they got a great volunteer program there with the United Way. And, you talk to some of those older people, man, and you just, all they love to talk about is, man, if you got something you want to do, go do it. Go do it. They got regrets too. All right, let's keep it going, man. Give me some tickers to end the show with, man. Give me some tickers. I feel like I've been blabbering about myself too long. Give me some tickers to end the show with. I talked about Boeing last show, that the turnaround might not be real, but man, this is hanging real nicely here. It's hanging. It's found some support here. Let's see if if they're really gonna turn this ship around. Obviously, with this war situation, you saw it bounce on it's been bouncing on the war news. They went out to the air show out there in Asia. They got a bunch of contracts. And again, with this war, Boeing has got a huge military department business. They make a shitload of money. That could change the game for the stock, irregardless of the fact they got lawsuits up their ass from this Max 7 situation. Up the ass. I mean, everybody named Mama who flew on the goddamn airplane is suing them, because they're not just being sued by people who and their families who died in the crash. They're being sued by people who flew on Max 8s and are saying that Boeing didn't tell them that there was a problem with the plane, right? Because that came out later. So you didn't tell me that before I ran, so I'm suing you for the cost of my ticket and for the stress that you've caused me, because I could have died on there. So everybody and their mom is suing on that shit, man. Read into that. Netflix. Ooh, that's a nice ticker. Somebody hasn't brought up Netflix in a while. Nobody's brought up Netflix in a while. Yeah, no wonder. Yeah, because that chart hasn't gone anywhere. That chart hasn't gone anywhere. Boy, that chart has not gone anywhere since January. Look at that. Netflix hasn't done shit. Remember when Netflix used to really do shit? Look at this. I remember when Netflix used to really do shit, man. Now it hasn't done anything. Hasn't done anything. Money Green said, keep battling against BYND. You might have TPO go back to work sale. Nah, man. Look, I don't put anything. I don't put, any trade that can bankrupt me, man. I learned that a long time ago after fucking over more than enough accounts. You never, ever, ever try to hit a home run, man. I'm happy with that now. I'm happy with that now, because I and I had a conversation about this with you guys on a show a while ago. That, man, this game is about hitting the ball like Ichiro. Fuck that Barry Bonds shit, man, where you just trying to go, hard on every pitch, striking out like a madman. Just get on base. Just get on base. Yeah, GLD, we covered GLD. That's a monster play, man. That's a monster play. GLD is a monster play right now. Even if you were to go in, because a lot of guys are sitting on the sidelines of GLD right now thinking, oh, it's high up there, it's going to calm down. But again, if you know it's going to go higher, whether you buy it at 131 or 133, what fuck it doesn't matter. I mean, in terms of the price of the option, we're talking about, $60 or $70 on GLD. So just buy it. Just buy it. I say, how is Mr. Lloyd? I got to catch up with Mr. Lloyd. Shout out to Mr. Lloyd. He emailed me not too long ago. I got to catch up with him. Let's take a look. Kern. NASA. Oh, man. Is this the Kern you talking about, man? Is this the Kern you talking about? Hold on. Bring up a shitty ticker. It requires a equally turd-like response. And I didn't set up my... I got to get the R. Kelly for you, man. Got to get that R. Kelly for you. Let me see if it's going to work.
I believe I can.
Yeah, my bad. I know it was loud as fuck. Like, what the shit? What the fuck was that? But yeah, that's a horrible piece of hot steaming garbage, sir. Boy, did it really get up to $72? Did it really get up to $72? Damn. Absolutely, George M. Depends on your style of trading. Shop. Netflix. Yeah, man. Yeah, we just looked at Netflix. This has been a horrible way to trade. But tickers like Netflix that go sideways like that, they're awesome for guys who sell premium. Guys who sell premium love those kind of tickers, like what Netflix is doing, because not only does it have a very high volatility, now you're selling those levels that it's not getting to, and you're just raking in cash, consistently month after month after month. Appreciate you, Dollar Will. Thank you, bro. Get out here in a bit as well. Yeah, Bats not in here tonight. Let's take a look. Roku. Roku's been a winner, man. Look at this monster play on Roku. Oh, man, look at this beautiful 25 moving average. Just holding it beautifully. All right. Again, just buying it every time it crosses and hold it. All right. Let's do that 25-10. Oh, gosh, so beautiful. Look at that. Buying it across the 25, selling it when it dips across or below it. Oh, man, just beautiful. Just beautiful. Here's a short situation here. Again, rejection at the 25. All right. Yeah, an inability to get above that 60 RSI. That's just wonderful. And here's the breakout. Here's the breakout above 60. Pops above 25 and holds it very, very well until it starts to find some weakness here. But again, holding that 25. But you would have got out the trade on that day anyway. So an incredible run going into January on Roku. This is a stock that I was very bearish on for a long time, but then I didn't understand what was going on. People are ditching cable, and people who just don't have smart televisions, they love their Roku boxes. They love their Roku boxes. Here's Snap. Here's Snap. Again, man, follow these moving averages on your long-term trades. Just follow these moving averages, man. I don't unless you got another system that works for you. But at the end of the day, whether it's hindsight, you say hindsight is 20/20, but okay, then follow it. Then follow what the chart is saying you, and that hindsight is going to look like profit for you, because it's definitely changed ever since I got set on 25/10. And that's if you're looking at a daily, weekly, or what. Weekly, monthly requires, again, a whole different level of patience. Because, you trade on a weekly chart, and there'll be some days you just want to, rip your own eyes out. But at the end of the day, it's still above the moving average, and you're like, fuck, I still have to hold this thing. And it eventually works its way through. Yeah, press like. I appreciate you guys. Press like. Good short opportunity. On that ticker you put up on Kern, nah, man, the shorting opportunity was at the top. Again, you want to find strength. You want to find weakness at what many people believe could be the either the beginning or the end of strength. All right. So the shorting opportunity on Kern was 2 or 3 days ago. Not to say that, obviously, I mean, the fundamentals here could be very much a bullshit company. But, you're putting yourself at risk for a possible bounce on a ticker like this. Guys who are going to look for the opportunity to squeeze the shit out of you. The real opportunity is for a stock like this that's gone from 4 to 60 to 70 for a guy who's got, a crap load of money, or not even a lot of money, but to put a couple shares in there just to get a starter position. Even if he gets squeezed, it's not going to cause a margin call. And then finally, once he gets the crack, then he's going in hard. But then you had the opportunity to get those higher price shares. What's his name teaches that on his DVD, Mr. Tim Grittani. You guys know my thoughts on him, but he's got some decent stuff he's put out there, some here and there. Am I still on Twitter? Absolutely, man. I'm still on Twitter. Got penny stocks. GOT penny stocks. Let's look at Kara. Yes, indeed. Short into strength, cover into weakness. Absolutely. This is, he said that was a short opportunity. Nah, man. You're well positioned to get squeezed then. You want to short when, it's that third or fourth day of just ridiculous highs, and you grab your little starter position and you see what happens. And if they squeeze you, okay, well, you only got, 300, 400, 1,000. You've got, a 30 or 40 or God knows how much $1,000 trading account. If it's only a couple thousand, then, you just got a couple hundred short. It's not going to kill you. And just wait for it to go your way. It could break your way, moments later. It could break your way 2 or 3 days later. It's just that you got some higher price shares. How is Tim Grittani trading? I don't know. He's gone completely dark. He fell out with Tim Sykes, and he's gone completely dark now. Most of the guys who Tim brings into his loop, they end up going out and doing their own thing. Even this little Asian guy he was exploiting for a while there. He's gone off and now he's doing his own thing. Kara Therapeutics. Part of Gritani's DVD is on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, Ducks. Yeah. And here's a situation where that's another guy who's basically born from independent wealth, who was comes from a wealthy family. And again, this game is much easier if you're rich. The game of trading is much easier if you're rich. That's why guys who've got demo accounts and who can mislead people can take those big, larger trades that generate huge, rewards and are able to, move gullible people into investing with them, buying their products. Or in the case of Ducks or many of these other traders, get them to being profitable sooner because you can absorb the mistakes a lot easier than somebody who's starting off with $4, $5, $6, $7,000 or less. You can't absorb mistakes very well, so you constantly got to start over, save money, start over, save money, start over. Where if you come into the game with 25 racks, 50, or just 5 that could easily be replenished just by asking somebody, yeah, you're gonna get to winning very, very soon. So you want all their DVDs? Okay. How much was Duck's DVD anyway? How much was his DVD anyway? Here's Visa. I was talking about this earlier. Visa is on top of my list, boy. I just don't think they're done yet. But Visa is up there. It's fooled me a couple times. But Visa is on that list, boy. I saw some cracks. Again, holding that 60, right? Holding that 60 RSI. Again, the time to sell is between 60 and 40, 60 and 30, excuse me, 60 and 20. 60 and 20 is the bear signal. That's where you start to get that volatility. All right, you start to get those lower prices is between 60 and 20 RSI. So it drops beneath that. That's where I want to be a part of. So I'm constantly watching these things, man. Look at all that meat on that bone on Visa and MasterCard. Just a whole lot of meat. Oh, God, there's a whole lot of meat on there. Just a lot of meat. Yes, absolutely. The less money you have, the more important your strategy is to what you're doing. Absolutely. Yeah, it's less than 1G. Absolutely. There are a lot of guys who are trading with less than $1,000. Your strategy has to be on point. And I personally just don't think there's anything better for a trader who has less than $1,000 than a moving average strategy. Whether it be on a daily or a weekly chart, because it just requires that kind of patience at the beginning because you don't have it. So if you can build that in yourself early, man, you're better off than 90% of people. All right, Adrian T, appreciate you for stopping by, man. Deckmark had mad haters, but he's a cool dude, good long bias trader. Yeah. Shout out to Deckmark, man. He's all right. He did his thing, man. He came in hyped. He's still running his little program. See, I got his DVD from $9 on a guy on Instagram. Hilarious. Was it Blazing Crypto? Was it a copy of, or it was the legit, like a used copy of his DVD? Short WPRT. What is it? WPRT. Westport Fuel Systems. Yep, that's what my yeah. This is definitely a stock you would short here. And I'm not big on shorting pennies anymore because, I mean, after a while, you just get tired of trying to get filled on this shit. Because everybody's just got the same strategy, man. Everybody's got the strategy, you know. But what's great about, you know, instead of just shorting intraday but holding it for a little bit longer is that so many guys are just so purely intraday that, you know, you can sometimes be able to find buys, you know, mid-afternoon, late afternoon that you know are going to pay off over a course of a couple days or weeks. Whereas if it's intraday, it's just forget about it. You're not going to get anything. It was a cloud share file. Okay, a copy. That's hilarious. So I hope I do 3 days a week. God damn. You bought some ducks too. They uploaded it to Google Drive, and you can upload it from there and get it for cheap. Man, you guys are fucking mean, man. That's hilarious. You guys out here buying copies of this man's DVD. You guys remember he tried to, what's his name, tried to sue me? He's like, I'm going to sue you for selling my DVD. Yeah. But he got me, yeah, because I was low key bootlegging his DVD. He said it takes my money. Yeah, but look, do what you got to do, man. Look, at the beginning, you got to do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. At the beginning, do what you got to do. If the guy's selling a DVD for $200 and, bro, you can get it for $25, get that shit. Get the education. In the future, you'll pay him back another way. You know what I mean? Shit happens, man. You know, fuck. These guys make more than enough money, bro. They make more than enough money. If you telling me that you're showing me you're posting gains of you making $25,000 in a day like Ducks sometimes does, then don't tell me you need my $200 that I should have spent with you for your DVD. Because now I got to question whether or not that $25K is for real. You know? He sent me a cease and desist. No, he didn't send me the cease and desist. He just he got, I don't know, somebody snitched to him, because at the beginning of the show I had a lot of those type of people, man. I had, you know, a lot of people who were sucking Tim Sykes' dick. So they would watch my show and they were like, "Hey, Tim, this is what Sal's doing." You know what I mean? Just like a little plantation buck. Run to him and go tell him what we were talking about. And then he sent me a copy of this email where it was me talking to somebody else about getting Tim Sykes' DVD and how to go get it for free. So I was sending them the link to Pirate Bay to get his shit, right? Because I was helping people like that. You know what I mean? Dude, straight, you know, snitching on the Underground Railroad. You know what I mean? Straight snitching, dude. Oh, yeah, man, straight snitching. Yeah, I got to do it, man. At the beginning, dude, I don't, if you only got $500, $600, $300, bro, go download all those motherfuckers DVD. I don't give a fuck. Whatever you do to come up, man. These motherfuckers don't care about you, bro. They don't care about you at all. You know, you're going to buy their $149 a month. If you can't afford it, you got to cancel that shit and they'll never give you a month free. You know, go to Ducks or go to anybody on Tim's email and say, "Hey, man, look, I know you're selling it for $149 a month, but I only got 90. Can you take 90? They ain't going to do it. These people don't give a fuck. I lost 700 in 1 day. Shorted hard with like 300,000. Damn. Damn. What was the ticker on that, Blazing? Yeah. What was the ticker? What do I think about TradeNet? I just don't believe it, man. I can't fuck with any of these overseas brokers like TradeNet, and I'm just paranoid about my money like that, man. I need my money close. I need it to be backed by the federal government, because I know if shit happens, they'll print money to make sure I get mine back. And if you're not a part of that system, man, I just can't fuck with you like that, man. When you're trading stocks, you're trading money that you've saved up for, right? You've decided that I'm not going to spend this money and for things that I want and I love, and I'm going to put it at risk. So the last thing I need is to be going to sleep at night with my money on a broker that isn't even selling me real stock, right? I think it's like CFD or CT, whatever bullshit that you're doing over there, TradeNet. It's not even like the real thing. It's trades like the real thing. Fuck that shit, man. I appreciate you, George M. Yeah, I've been learning a lot. That's the thing about this show is that, I'm just not shooting the shit with you. I'm learning a lot about it. So we're just all getting better here, man. And what if y'all got things to share with the people? By all means, my line is open. I ain't never been scared to take a call. We'll hear any strategy, y'all. We've heard ridiculous strategy. We had a guy call up here. He does something with the moon, and if the moon is over this level, I'm like, man, fuck out of here, bro. So we'll listen to you. FNTW. I don't see anything on FNTW. Yeah. Oh, it's gone. Oh, okay. It's gone. Is Trade Zero a legit broker? I don't doubt it is, but again, they're overseas. CFD, thank you, CFD. Yeah, it's a real indicator though. It's a real fucking indicator. It's called Moon something, man. Look that shit up. It's Moon phases. There you go. So he had us put up the SPY. And it's moon phases. And something with the moon. If the moon is, man, you're going to have to look up the indicator. If the moon is high, just do your research on the shit, man. Just do your research on the shit. But the indicator is called moon phases. Moon phases. Where is Treasure Hunter? I don't know, man. At the end of the day, man, people gonna do what they gonna do, man. Again, when you're dealing with these OTCs, and he was obsessed with OTC. I've tried to get him into some more expensive stuff, but that was his calling. That's what he fucks with. But I'm still here. Lord willing, I'm gonna keep being here. Dude, they weren't even cheap. They were hot garbage, bro. Shout out to Treasure Hunter, always. But them tickers were garbage, dude. I remember there'd be days he'd call up, and it'd be like a 0001 that had like 3 trades that day. And it'd be like, Sal, I'm just trying to, hear what you think about it, man. I'm like, fuck. I ain't shit to say. Fuck you want me to say about this ticker that only got three purchases? For $6. Only $6 was traded on the stock today. God damn, nigga, what you want me to say? Yes, that's a buy, man. Go ahead and slam the bid. You can't say that. Yeah, man. But look, and some people have started to notice. Some people started to notice that I was getting pissed off when he would call, and because I knew it was gonna be a shitty ticker. Remember the Qs sale? Oh yeah, the Qs stocks. Oh man, yeah, we had some guys who were all about the Qs. You know, we had guys, and look, I don't doubt that moving the conversation towards some of these more expensive stocks did push some guys away. I don't doubt that. You know, you got some guys who I took out of those chat rooms, got them onto the show stuff, and then as I slowly kind of matured as a trader, I was like, all right, man, I don't want to get manipulated anymore. I actually want to make some real money doing this shit. And yeah, some guys just got pushed off, But look, man, I don't want to trade that shit, that garbage. Up $100 one day, down $50 the next day, up $200 one week, down $250 the next week. God damn, how am I supposed to manage my goddamn wealth trading like this? And I gotta push my own fucking stocks to make some goddamn money. Appreciate you, Blazing Crypto. Bankrupt stocks, yeah. The bankrupt stocks, you said it was the best thing we did? Oh, going to large caps was the best thing? Yeah, I agree. I think, man, it's just, definitely better for my account, man. Definitely, 100% better. 100% better. Black box, I know, wouldn't fuck with me if I hadn't been talking about those larger stocks. Equity feed definitely wouldn't have started talking to me. There are a lot of things in the background people would approach me if I hadn't moved up. And plus, man, it started getting to a point where shit wasn't popping off in OTC, man. Damn near everything people were bringing up was a fucking scam. And you could look at the chart, you pull up the financials, and, it was just shit. These are shit tickers, man. And what I've learned is that it's actually more fun to shit on OTC stocks now. It's actually more fun. That's why my website, Advanced Equity Research, is basically a website I use to shit on OTC tickers. I really don't need to be writing that, but I love to shit on these tickers because if they do have shares to short, like PTOTF, which is really the idea for the website came up, was like, man, there were shares to short. The ticker was PTOTF. And I needed to get the word out there of how shitty this stock was because I wanted to make some money. And I was like, okay, how do I promote a stock the opposite in the opposite direction? How do I promote to bring a stock down? I was like, oh, okay, well, just expose it for what it really is. Put up the chart, put up a picture of it showing that it's not making no money. Put up a picture of the fact it's being ran in, out of a mailbox express. Put up a picture of the CFO and how he declared bankruptcy. Just put the truth out there. Says, where's Connor? Connor is now with Trade Ideas, I think now. So he's pushing trade ideas now. He's pushing trade ideas now. He tried to come on the show a couple weeks ago, but man, I wasn't feeling like going live that day, so we just never rescheduled. Ebanar said, can't be at the same place forever. Yeah, it was time for growth too, man. It was time for some growth. You had guys who just wanted to talk about some different shit. Because, every fucking day we had a new list of gainers. That shit was getting old, man. Now we can actually check stocks as they go higher and lower. Now we get to talk about the macro and not just, hey, this stock has got a potential market value of $600 billion. We do a lot more. You trade ETS, Forex. I say you promoted APMG. Yeah, because AMPG is a real fucking company. APMG is a real fucking company. Like I said, if it's a real company, hell yeah. you know, why not, man? It's a real fucking company. You know, the guy paid me some stacks to do an interview. He did an interview and helped him out. That stock wasn't doing shit before he called me, man. There was no volume in that shit. And since I stopped talking about it, there's no volume in that shit. And he's been blowing up my goddamn Twitter to get back on the show, but I stopped fucking with him after, I've been seeing some other stuff he was saying about me. He was saying that I didn't make him look good on our interview. Motherfucker, you came on the show unprepared. You trying to be a promoter, but you don't really got your wordplay together. That's on you, man. Get your mouthpiece right and call me back. Ramp up. There you go. Ramp up. Ramp up. There it goes. Ramp up trading. Ramp up trading. Yeah. Shout out to Connor, man. He's the one who got us into the option shit, man. He was like, man. He called up one day. He's like, man, I want to talk to you about options. And he's like, I'm like, okay. And I, of course, heard about it, but I wasn't fucking with him. He's like, how much do you put in to penny stocks? I was like, yeah, $750 is my typical starting position. I was like, what if I told you you can generate the same kind of returns and that you're doing in penny stocks, you can do it in options? And I was like, what? And then he just broke the game down. I learned more about it. And this is where we are, bro. Appreciate you, Jason. Thank you, man. Yeah. I've never been into their trade room either. He's a third generation trader. Who's a third generation trader? God damn, that's Connor is? Oh, I don't doubt it, man. Yeah, he's another guy who comes from a very wealthy family too, because his parents own a motorcycle business down in Louisiana, where they it's a dealership. It's actually a dealership. Yeah, he's another independently wealthy guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but again, guys, look, I know a lot of people hate the fact that I'm so short biased all the time, but man, I just feel like our time is coming, man. I obviously I don't doubt that. I wish I came up with my moving average strategy a long time ago. I have no doubt missed out on some incredible gains 2014, 2016, up until 2017 or so. But I think I can make that back by what's going to happen when it comes all the way down, man. Or if it keeps going up, it's just going to be a slow troll. It's going to be a slow troll up. So we'll see. But it looks like we might be going sideways for a while, so I might have to start selling premium again. Might have to start selling premium again. We'll see. Grandfather, father, and him. That's what's up. God damn. Appreciate you, Juventus. God damn, K-Mac, you just showing up? I'm about to close the show out, man. Yeah, man. I mean, if you're a third generation trader, again, the kind of head start you get just from being around people like that, man, it's you can't even quantify that kind of edge. You can't even quantify that kind of edge. You can't even quantify that kind of edge. Canopy growth. Man, that thing is... What's going on with... man, well, we talked about MJ already, man. I mean, goddamn, this shit hasn't gone anywhere over 2019, man. First gen here, still learning. That's what's up. Absolutely, Money Green. I mean, just, but that's the same thing that Warren Buffett got. Warren Buffett's dad owned a brokerage. Warren Buffett's dad was, a congressman. And those connections is what got him into Columbia to study with, Ben Graham, who was at the time the world's premier economist, or not even, I wouldn't even say economist because he was more just pure stock trader. He was one of the best in the world at the time. So that was the edge. And then plus he was just born at the perfect time, right? He was literally born in the perfect generation. PayPal or Disney? Ooh, PayPal or Disney? That's good. Boy, that's a tough one. PayPal or Disney? I'm going to go with Disney because finance companies don't have copyrights. Disney has copyrights. Disney has a library. I'm gonna go with Disney, but I know PayPal is the darling of the market right now, but I think when shit goes to hell, you're still gonna have to pay somebody some money to use that Bugs Bunny. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna have to pay somebody some money, to use those images. And at the end of the day, it's about who's gonna be generating income. Who generates income while they sleep. Nobody needs to use PayPal, but children do need to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? And these are personalities that are accepted all across the world. You go anywhere in the world, people know who Bugs Bunny is and who all these Disney characters are. They got value worldwide. Say you've been in PayPal since '68. That's what's up, man. Shout out to you for being in PayPal since '68. Yeah, but intellectual property has value. All right. So we're going to see tomorrow a nice jump in all of these inverse ETFs. I've talked about them a lot. We're going to see a nice jump tomorrow in all these inverse plays. So it's going to be a nice little bounce. I see the market's down pretty extensively right now. Down almost 8 points in the futures. We'll see how bad it gets in the morning. But, not 7 points now. I started running my mouth. But plunge protection team could step in because it seems like they've been buying every morning. And then unfortunately we sell it off every afternoon. But we'll see. PayPal doing a lot of loan sharking? Absolutely. Look, let me tell you something. There are a lot of small businesses that are, that aren't going to be able to survive, these next couple years. And that's why all of these companies are going to take a hit for that. People don't realize how ugly it's going to get out here, man. Stagflation is going to be just insane. Stagflation is going to be insane, man. When the market sucks and prices are still fucking going up. It's going to hurt. It's going to really hurt. All right. So if you're still in here right now, press like. Let's go ahead and get out of here, guys. I appreciate you for watching. I'll be back same time, same place tomorrow for Wednesday's show. And hopefully we get some action, continued action to the downside of the market. We'll see what happens with that. We might have the great Decepticon himself make a move on Iran. It's really day-to-day. People don't realize how day-to-day it is. But the Decepticons right now, man, they're out here, bro. Do I ever use ADX? Nah, never really understood it. Right now, RSI is basically all I'm using. Shout out to all the guys who were watching the show today. I came in late, but you joined me anyway. I appreciate that, man. It's always a blessing to have. Yeah, you know, even one person listen out on what we have to say here. Eban R, appreciate you, man. Dollar Will, K Mac, Money Green. You know, stay on top of these tickers, man. This is an incredible game, man. I'm addicted to this shit in a positive way, though. And I don't know what I would be doing if it wasn't for the stock market right now. NASA, K-Mac 15, I appreciate it. Who else? T. James. Everybody who was in here before, Jason Gaywood. Who else was there? Juvent Soccer, Blazing Crypto, George M. Of course, Rel, appreciate you, bro. 3 hooks, thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, 3 hooks. Stopping by anyway. Juan Diaz. Everybody who was in here, man. I appreciate you guys. Joel Kraft. Appreciate you, Joel. Joel's always been a quiet listener in the background, but I'm glad you've stuck with me, bro. I appreciate you. With that being said, Lord Yase, everybody who joined me earlier, I appreciate you. Trade well, everyone. See you on Wednesday. I'm out.